Hello, my name is Glenda Rodriguez and I'll be talking about ebook piracy and intellectual property. In this presentation, I will talk about a little bit of the background, the high price of being an author, ebook piracy and the economy, unexpected benefits for the publishers, the future of digital book purchases, and I'll finish with conclusion. The background. Um, Internet piracy is the unlawful reproduction or distribution of any copyrighted digital file over the Internet. Piracy can be done with music files, movies, ebooks, and many other means. In the 1990s, several file sharing programs were created in order to facilitate the access to transfer digital files. Ebook piracy is a more recent scandal since the birth of e-readers such as the Nook and the Amazon Kindle. Torrent sites used to download these files illegally do no more than just have an index. The files are usually on the computers of the sharers or the seeders. Some files are most times distributed from different computers, which makes matters more difficult to control and to track. The websites that offer these illegal books develop quickly in order to stay ahead of the publishing houses, and it makes it very hard for the publishers to stay on top of the trends. Now, the high price of being an author has many of us authors rely on their time-consuming works to grant them a living. The sales of books cannot be accounted in precise measure, making it impossible to give an exact value. However, on a file-sharing site book of a single author, 1,830 copies were uploaded. Now, out of one of those copies, 4,208 illegal downloads happened. On the same site, 7,130 copies of a novel by another author, his name is Michael Crichton, were uploaded. Just the first 10 copies received a total of 15,172 illegal downloads. Now, this just puts a bit of a perspective on the amount of revenue that authors and publishing houses can lose to illegal downloads. Some authors prefer to take the initiative to piracy. Some authors spend time just manually tracking down the websites and taking them down on their own. However, this is very time consuming because it requires a lot of different tracking devices, and it's not very accurate to take out every single legal note that out there. In fact, it is quite impossible. Piracy has become a permanent fixture in the internet. The ethics behind it, however, still ponder. While the illegal copy of pirated downloads will always be illegal, some argue that it is not unethical. By purchasing the hard copy of the book, the publisher and author gets their entitled pay for the work. Downloading a pirated ebook after the purchase of the physical ebook can be considered parallel to buying a DVD and copying the contents to a computer. Another issue that arises is that many publishers delay the release of ebooks. The sale of physical titles are more profitable, forcing readers to buy the paperback. But many do not have the means to pay the least price of the book and prefer to buy the digital copy. If the copy is not available, they might refer to different means in order to obtain the book. Now, some will argue that this is unethical. However, if the publisher houses are not giving them the means to get the books that they want, then maybe their intentions are excused. Now, piracy in the economy. There is a copyright protection company, the name is Attributor. It has reported that the illegal copy of digital books have cost American publishers a total of $2.8 billion in lost sales in the past few years. Attributor has an anti-piracy software called Fairshare Guardian, and it was able to track illegal downloads of 913 books for a period of 90 days. It is approximated that the illegal downloads total more than 9 million for ebooks. Over time, it is estimated that this number will suffer a significant increase. It was also reported that on average, every book is downloaded approximately 10,000 times illegally and free of charge. Attributor has an interesting plan with the efforts of shutting down piracy websites. Instead of trying to remove the individual illegal copies from the websites, they plan to attack the website itself by targeting an important aspect for the survival, it's money. So they basically plan to stop their income by shutting down their advertisement resources, and they've contacted Yahoo, Google, and AdBright, which are some very important advertiser networks, in order to fulfill their efforts. There's some unexpected benefits for the publishers, however. As technology advances, ebook pirates have changed tactics in sharing data. They no longer need to scan the physical copies of books, but now they use digital files of the original ebook from the publishers to remove the digital locks. Although ebook piracy continues to be rising, it does not necessarily affect the sales of legitimate ebooks. Excuse me. Some argue that people might use pirated versions of books to sample the goods before making the final purchase. The lack of legitimate payment options can also force customers into piracy. Some countries that are underdeveloped, they might not have the means to have all the published books available right there. So some of the only resources that consumers might have is to find pirated books through illegal means in order to obtain the knowledge that they crave. The future of the digital ebook purchases. Soon, purchasing a digital ebook legally can hold a person responsible for anything that happens to it. So basically, when you purchase an ebook, even if you get it stolen from your computer and it gets distributed illegally online, it will have your digital log, which will include your account information. And with your account information, they can access your name, your address, pretty much everything to track down your purchase. So anything that happens to an ebook will now fall into your hands. It will be your fault, and you could potentially face legal time for it. If this method gets established, it gives ebook pirates enough incentive to have on people's accounts. It is reported that if the campaign goes through, the watermark data will be kept in the digital file for at least 2 years. And like I said before, it will include the transaction date, the time, and the amount of the account holder. This is only the first of the implementations of a system provided by digital watermarks. Most of the digital books sold in the United States are under a very refined digital rights management. This format sets platform for devices such as the Amazon Kindle and the Nook from Barnes& and Noble. Under this system, a book purchased through a Kindle cannot be actually taken on the device and placed into a computer storage, because really the user does not have ownership to the book. The users are just given the rights to the book to read the ebook, and these rights only work on the proprietary device, in this case, the Amazon Kindle. It also will not work with outside devices, including other e-readers. Now, for my conclusions, piracy is an issue that will not go away anytime soon. In the electronic book market, it affects authors, the publishers, and even the reader. Piracy can bring severe damage to authors by leaving them unemployed for lack of sales, and the readers upset because the author will be unable to release new material. The publishing houses also hurt financially, making it very difficult to give new authors and material better opportunities. Ebook piracy has unexpected outcomes as well. By some, it is viewed as a means to intellectual salvation because books that are usually available in certain countries can be found to be downloaded on the internet. Has demonstrated, ethics play an important role in decision making, and those who have attempted or been tempted to illegally download a digital file, and the outcome of the decisions can be very surprising. Virtue, deontological, and consequential ethics allow the demonstration of the importance of ethics in human behavior, according to Accordance, and I hope that with this paper, it has given you a glimpse of how it plays a role. Thank you very much for taking your time.